And so it was. On the very Wednesday, Oluwole set out to find his treasure. On this beloved day, Oluwole set out, speaking in tongues and hoping he will find his treasure. His clues were a lady in red, Hispanic, plump, black hair, and Walmart. He set out into the unknown, not knowing what he was going to find, going into a vast land of fast food and unhealthy ingredients. He searched for this treasure with the hope that God will give him victory. And so he went into Walmart. First, he walked around the whole store. All he saw was food and cheap products. But he did not give up hope. He said that this quest will end in victory. He asked the Lord for favor. And then, all of a sudden, he met a woman. She wore a red jacket, she was Hispanic, and she had black hair. He was excited that yes, his treasure has come, only to walk towards her and hear these words. No habla español. He was so sad. He walked away distraught, not knowing what to do. But he did not give up hope. As he walked forward, then he remembered, oh, I used an Android. You could have used Google Translate. By the time he turned around, the treasure was gone. He was sad and was like, oh no, would today end in a treasure loss? But he did not give up hope. He kept walking around Walmart. But then he saw the security officer and was like, oops, got to go. So he left and went to the front of Walmart. Meanwhile, when he entered the store initially, all he saw was red. Women wearing red. Weird, right? Then he went outside the store and stood in front of Walmart like somebody on a smoke break. But he looked at the parking lot and it was vast with carts, but no woman. But 5 minutes later, all of a sudden, he saw a woman with a checkered pants, red top, and a small backpack. He was like, can she be the one? Then he had her speak Spanish and English. Then his heart elated. And he led her working, but she was walking with a man beside her. So he felt, can she be the one? The treasure he was looking for? He kept on searching. Then when he was about to leave Walmart, he had a persuasion in his spirit that what can he lose anyway? He should go ahead and try. So he walked into Walmart and waited for her to be alone in the aisle. Then he walked up to her and told her his name was Wally, and that he had a word from the Lord, and that he was on a treasure hunt, and she was the treasure. And then she was like, she's a believer. She believes in signs and messages. And then he delivered the message and he asked questions like, does she have any issues in a marriage? And she said yes. And then he asked, can I pray? And she said yes. And then he prayed. And after he finished praying, she heaved this sigh of relief. And she was like, I left my country to come here, to go away from this marriage issue. Who knew that God was going to find her today? And she was like, she's a believer and she believes in the messages from God. And that initially she was going to be rude, but something told her not to be rude. That's the Holy Spirit. And the person beside her came and I showed him the clues. And I told him we prayed and the clues came. He could not believe it at the wonder of God. He encouraged her and told her that God hasn't forgotten her, and we shook hands, and then I left, walking away into the sunset of Walmart, victorious that the treasure had been found. Let somebody